Okay. Hello, everyone. It's me. I'm back. You're probably wondering why I didn't stream last week. It was because I was currently on a trip i- to Tennessee. That's where I went. Reason It's the reason I couldn't stream last week was because I was away from everything. I didn't have any of my equipment, so I couldn't stream. And I orig- I originally planned to stream in November on the 5th of November. However, due to certain circumstances, I couldn't. So it's the reason why I only streamed that one week and took the last week off. But before we get into playing Shining Force, let's chat for. I want to chat for a bit and tell you how my trip went. It was a really good. It was a good trip. I We went to Pigeon Forge in Tennessee. The reason we were there was for the Gatlinburg parade, and really enjoyed it. And actually, I'm get I'm also in. You might see me. You probably. I'm not gonna tell you who I am, but I will tell you I'm one of the few who's wearing a mask. But on Christmas Eve, it, it's gonna be televised. So I don't know what channels, but anyway, I'm one of the no, I am one of the people who's wearing a mask on their face because and I'll get to talking about it, but I really enjoyed the parade. It was a lot of fun. And the next day afterwards, we went to Dollywood, and it's a really fun place. I went on a lot of the rides and everything. It, w- and I will admit, when it comes to large crowds, I'm not a big fan of. Uh, Christ, stupid ads. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to turn the music off. It's gonna. I didn't. The video had the Christmas music on it. I had it on so to be festive, but apparently ads from YouTube show up, which you know I really don't want those going on in the background. But as I was saying, Dollywood was a lot of fun. I went on a lot of roller coasters, though there were some problems. Like for one of the rides I wanted to go on first was the Lightning Rod, which is a really fast roller coaster. However, I couldn't go on it immediately because they were fixing problems on it. But luckily, there were other rides and roller coasters I could go on, and uh, and one of them was the Wild Eagle. That was a lot of fun. And if I remember, I think one of them was the Tennessee Tornado, if I remember that was right. But when it comes to amusement parks and festivals, it's the only time I don't mind being in a large crowd. It's just how I've never been really fond of being in very, very large crowds. But one place I did go to, which the second was pretty packed. So after we spent the most of the day in Dollywood, we went into the Gatlinburg after we ate at Cracker Barrel. The first day we were there, we ate at Shoney's, which I normally don't get to eat at very often. So I kind of wish we had just gone to Cracker Barrel, but it was still good. And after we ate at Cracker Barrel, we went to the town, looked around for a bit, and finished off the day with going to Baskin Robbins and getting a chocolate fudge milkshake. And let me tell you something. If you ever go to Baskin Robbins, I highly suggest n- you get one of those because those are so damn good. And then after that, on Sunday, we it's was the agonizing is like all trips when you have to leave and come home. long trip. In and now I'd like to get to now negatives I didn't like about my trip was, for one thing, is a lot of people were not wearing masks, and I have a pr and it's just a little like, it's because, well, a lot eh, even though we have vaccinations, there's still a pandemic going on, and I'm not and I am vaccinated, but I still wear a mask when I go out because I don't wanna get sick, and if you haven't got vaccinated, I would get vaccinated because reasons I took the because I took it and I am fine, because I reason get it, stay healthy. I don't wanna get I don't wanna get sick, because if I got sick, I wouldn't be here. I couldn't do any of the stuff I wanna do. I couldn't have fun. I couldn't do like to do because I would be sick sick and wouldn't and couldn't do any of it because I wouldn't be in my right mind or health to do any of it. But I forgot to mention on the way back when we one of the places we went to was the Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and it was pretty fun. I liked seeing all the knives, the different swords that were made, and going down into the artifacts area, seeing all the stones. But the place was so packed. I'm not kidding. I mean, it was just horrendous. The place is already a maze, and it was worse with a lot of people around, and not to mention the checkout. Ugh, the checkout. One of life's worst nightmares is the checkout when they have to stand in line and wait for a whole bunch of people ahead of you. But other than that, it was pretty good. I got a few things from there, and that was fun. Sorry if scattered. It's just I'm trying to get back into doing this because being a week off it mess you up. But Christmas has always been one of my favorite holidays because you get to put up the lights, Christmas specials. Though there are some channels n- I can't stand when they constantly just play Christmas all the time because normally they would show shows that I like to watch, but I can't because they're showing nothing but their Christmas movies. I won't name any names, but let's just say one starts with an H. And I don't know at all where that channel gets their money for their movies. I mean, my God, oh, so horrible. Because I mean, they already got enough Christmas movies. No, let's make 41 more. I mean, really? 41 more? You need to make 41 more movies when you already have like 1,000 of them? I mean, really? You really think you need to make that many movies for one holiday season? Some just do like 1 or 2, but no, you gotta do 41 more. Yeah, but I mean, eh, Christmas is fun, Cri but it's always fun to be around family, and especially around the holidays, especially the turkey and the food, and of course the presents. But Christmas is I always enjoy Christmas time. So where I live right now, we don't get a lot of snow, but I remember where I used to live. I did used to live in Maine, and let me tell you. That place gets a lot of snow. I'm not kidding. You get feet and feet of snow up there. And the thing is, if you got in unlike where I live right now, barely gets any snow, up there, even if there's like a foot ton of snow on the ground, you still had to go to school. I'm not kidding. And the only time they ever really we cancel school or like end it early is that if the snowfall was really, really bad. I'm not kidding. And one thing is I like living, but it's kind of some of the stuff there. Though I will admit I do love getting a lobster when I was up there. It was delicious. And if you ever go to Maine, I highly suggest go during time when they have lobster that because Maine lobster is so good. Well, except for one time I ended up getting a lobster that had eggs, and that was not fun at all. I'm not kidding. I mean, when I ate it, I was like, what the hell is this? Ugh. But if you ever did another time, I've been to Boston during the winter time, and I kind of wish I didn't wear my snow pants on that day, because even though there was snow, I it was not happy at all because of the from the heat. And the reason I like it when it's cold out, it's very nice, comfortable. If you ever get a little chilly, you can always just cover up with a blanket. Okay, so how about we is we now we're going to talk about my trip, but apparently didn't take as long as I thought it would with talking about my trip. Let's see what else was there. There sometimes I forget certain part details. Oh yeah, I remember. Now I remember when we went to the parade. The traffic horrible, just horrible. You know what was ridiculous is when we were trying to find a spot. This guy he was leading people into an area, and the thing is, he led us right to a dead end. There was a barrier, nothing there. We couldn't park, and I was like, "What is this? Why would you direct people to this area if there's no place to park?" And other people were coming in, and it was just. Mm. So we managed to get out of it and we went to the parking garage and got in there. We were at the top floor. So when I was up there, it reminded me of that car garage scene in Fargo. If you haven't seen Fargo, there's a scene where they're on a garage building top. It reminded me of that just without the snow. And it took about an hour to get out of there after the parade was done. I mean, the traffic was just slow. There's no doubt I'll and next and no doubt I'll definitely go back to